All right, hello and welcome back. Brett here with clickmill.co. We're going to continue right where we picked up. Bring up my screen here for you. In this video, we're going to be talking about the keyword trend. Now, this isn't super important. The trend is basically a 12-month plot. This is the case in a lot of keyword tools. And it's a 12-month plot, and it basically shows you the trend for the month over the last 12 months. So you can see this term here, Catholic churches near me, are kind of spiking on certain months. I'm not exactly sure what months, but this one probably seems to be the end of the year, maybe the beginning. So we got some low months, maybe in the summer, early, whatever, I don't know. But you can see this is kind of up and down. This one's fairly consistent until the end here. And that's interesting. Ooh, I'm clicking. And over here, this is really interesting. Church near me, this has a big spike, which toward the end, which seems to be probably December, maybe November, December, something like that. Big spike. Well, that makes sense because a huge time for church near me is going to be Christmas. So something like that makes sense. Now, there's a couple things you're going to want to know in regard to this. Again, this isn't really something that I focus too much on, but it's good to know, especially being that you're going to be an expert in this. It is possible to find a keyword that is going up and trending up. Now, I'm not a big fan of fads. I don't like flash in the pan marketing. I'm not going to put together this whole marketing campaign so that I can catch like a 2-month, spending spike and then that's it or something. It's just not worth the time. I'm interested primarily in keywords that I know are going to perform well over a long period of time. That's where I want to be because I do the work once and then it's just there and it's just working for me for years. So I prefer, and this is not the case with all marketers, but I prefer to find consistent, well-performing keywords over a long period of time and go with those. Now, some keywords that are volatile can be the higher risk, the higher reward. For example, if you saw the keyword COVID and you saw that keyword prior to COVID, there would be zero search volume, which we went over in the last video, and the trend would be non-existent because there's no searches. But if you went 3 months after COVID, it would just be a line, just a spike straight up, and it would just keep going up and up and up, and there'd be millions of searches for it because it just came out of nowhere. Well, if you're the first person to get on that train and you're selling something relevant to that, like masks or something, you're going to do real well. So there are times when you want to get in on more of that's kind of a long-term fad, but a fad or kind of a flash in the pan. If the upside of that flash in the pan is worth it. And so that may be the case. Now, there are other times when keywords are going to go down and they're going to go down. Don't get on those because you're just wasting your time. It's just, it's coming down. So for example, best XYZ of 2023. Well, that's last year. That's going down. People are going to stop searching that. They only search the year during that year, and then they switch to 2024 or 2025 or whatever year it is. So we don't want to get on keywords that have a timestamp on them because, again, you're going to do all this work, and then what happens? It goes away, and then your work goes away with it. Find something. Again, this is my training for you. There are other strategies, but find something consistent, put the marketing funnel, put the marketing campaign, the search engine optimization in place, and try to rank it there as long as you can. If you can put an hour into your SEO strategy for one page or article or product page or whatever it is on your website, and then you can rank it there for 5 months, good for you. But if that's a fad and it goes up and it comes down in 5 months, someone else could go find a different keyword that's just going to sit there for 5 years. And now my 1 hour is drug out over 5 years and I get results for 5 years. So I may not get the bump on the fad, but also I'm probably going to make more over the long term. So again, there's a little strategy there. Sometimes the bump is worth it. Sometimes it's not. It's kind of hard to catch those increases unless they're very reliable. Like, for example, church near me, Christmas comes around every year. We have Christmas campaigns set up for our ministries. And we just turn them on and schedule them, and they just come on. That's very easy to plan, but with more irregular events, whatever they are, hurricanes, for example, it's a little bit harder to predict them, and you really got to be on top of it to get on top of a keyword like that. And, say roof repair and run all your ads for roof repair when the hurricane comes through. You got to be on it. So that's a little bit harder and a little more active version of marketing. I prefer the passive version where you're just set up for success and it just runs so you can build other things without focusing on everything that's running. So that is trend and the trend column. In the next video, we're going to get into keyword difficulty, and I will see you there. God bless.